Functions can return more than one value using an array. For example, this function calculates the area and the volume of a box. Let's break down the script so you can understand what's happening here. The first thing that we do is we create a function and we're calling it getSize. GetSize has the parameters width, height, and depth assigned to it. Then we create a variable called area. The area of our box is going to be calculated and stored in this particular variable. The volume is calculated and stored in a variable called volume. Both are then placed in an array called sizes. This array is then returned to the code that called the getSize function, allowing the values to be used. So you can see we're returning the value of sizes at this point. Then finally, after our function is completed, we create several more variables. The first one is called area1, and it's going to hold the area of a box that is 3 by 2. You can see here we're specifying 0, which indicates that we want the first item of our array. Then we have a variable called volume1. This holds the volume of a box that is 3 by 2 by 3. The volume is going to be assigned a value of 1 because that is the second item in our array. And you'll recall that arrays start counting from 0. So 0 and then 1, even though respectively this is the first and second item of the array. So hopefully, since we've broken these down into smaller steps, you're starting to see how even a script that might seem complex really isn't all that complex. You just have to break it down into the unique individual statements that it contains. Let's run this page so you can see what it looks like in a browser. Here's my page, and if I refresh, you can see that I'm getting an alert for 6 and 18. And if we compare this to our code that we have, the variable for area1 is the first number that's displaying. Area1 is equal to the getSize function, and here are the values that we're passing on to these parameters. Because area1 is using the values that we're passing on inside of our getSize function, we're then utilizing the specific variables that contain unique individual parameter arguments, and depending on the math that we want to perform, you can see how we're specifying what's getting multiplied by what. And then of course we're just outputting specific information from our array by specifying which values from the array we want to display.